Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Ritchie Plunkett from the Puppet Geek, and if you're watching this video, you must be wondering as well, what is the best microphone to use when making YouTube videos? Now, it's a question a lot of people ask, as well as me also, because, I own a variety of microphones and my setup is constantly changing, and I wanted to make this video as I recently changed my setup to this backdrop right here. I wanted to see if I could actually create an easy setup for me, but not lose any sound quality, because I've got all these access to these different microphones, but it was really sort of cumbersome to sort of set up something like this. Right now, you're actually hearing my voice through the Blue Spark, which is a very great microphone, a little bit old, but still a really great microphone from the guys over at Blue. It actually is an XLR microphone, so it actually has to go into a recorder, like a Zoom recorder, which actually has phantom power to actually power the microphone. Now, this being said, previously I actually used a Sennheiser lapel pack. Now, as you know, or if you know anything about microphones, those things can cost a lot of money, but they're really convenient and easy to use because it's all wireless and it connects directly into your camera, whereas here, I have to sync it in post. So in this video, we're going to be covering a variety of microphones for me and you, so I can actually hear the differences to see what actually sounds good, but as well what really is convenient to sort of set up on a daily basis when making videos. Now, a couple of microphones that you might know already is the VideoMicro, which I also did a separate video on that, but we'll be testing that on here as well, given the fact that it is a very popular microphone, and I highly recommend as well if you're especially on a budget. But we're going to be covering stuff like from lapels to Blue Yetis to the VideoMicro by Rode as well. So we actually put it out on the table, see what sounds the best, as well compare it to cost and convenience when setting up, especially when on the go as well. That being said, the Blue Spark can only be set up in a studio environment because, you've got cables, you've got a mic stand. It's a pretty cumbersome setup, but the sound quality sounds pretty good, right? Anyways, let's move on to the Sennheiser lapel. This is a very great microphone as well, which we'll snap into now. Right now, you're hearing my voice through the Sennheiser lapel microphone. It's a really great microphone, quite expensive as well. It set me back just over $800, which actually came with a Sennheiser lapel pack, as well as a little receiver that I could actually plug into any other microphone and essentially make that wireless as well. Really convenient, only used it once though, so it's good to have, but it's super expensive to own. I think it was something part of my kit when actually doing sort of multimedia and videography and stuff. It's a really good piece of kit to have. This was slightly before when the Rode Link actually came out, and I think that's slightly, I would say, more, better bang for buck, if that, whereas the Sennheiser is a bit more durable though. I think it's a better build quality. Other than that, what you're hearing right now is the sound from here. It's really nicely rich, really warm. I would say even more natural than the Blue Spark. The Blue Spark has a bit more like bass in it, but it's really nice as well, depending what you're trying to go for. I think it'll be really great for voiceovers if you use that on your actual computer, or just sort of depending what type of videos you're doing really. If it fits into it, I think it'd be a really great, versatile microphone. Whereas this right here works with a number of things. I can attach this to my camera, and then I can walk, at least a good 50 meters and still be heard nice and clear, as opposed to, having a cabled microphone where you're restricted by the length of the cable and so forth. So this has been the Sennheiser lapel microphone. Let me know what you think about this. I actually really prefer this. It's a really great microphone, but I want to sort of make something a bit more permanent. As well, these use batteries. I hate to cycle through batteries and stuff. It's all about sort of saving money as well. Whereas it's really great to have something just cable, really reliable as well. Lapel microphones, you could get some frequency issues. Very rarely that happens, but that's something to actually keep an eye out as well. Right now, you're hearing my voice through the NTG2 by Rode. It's a really great shotgun microphone, very common in a lot of movie filmmakers, quite affordable as well when you compare it to a lot of other microphones around that price range. If you had the extra money, I would go with the NTG3 or 4. It has basically a green LED on there, which allows you to know that it's actually on. The problem with the NTG2 is you put your battery in there, which just takes a single AA battery. But if you accidentally leave it in there, just say overnight, or you want to make sure basically that you're changing it constantly, because it does actually help. The microphone requires additional power if you don't actually have. If you're unable to send power via the XLR cable, basically, without getting all technical and stuff. But what you're hearing right now is the Rode NTG2, very great, versatile shotgun microphone. A lot of big YouTubers use something like this. They might have it slightly above them, like directional. Right now, I just have it pointed directly at me. So obviously, you can see it right here. If I wanted to move it, I can have it right under me. But because it is a shotgun microphone, you have to make sure it's directional. It has a very narrow pattern. So if I was to slightly, move out like here, the sound might sound slightly a bit different. So it has like, sort of a weird triangular shape on there. And you can actually hear that difference on there as well. If someone was speaking behind it, it's going to be slightly muffled. Or if you have, a really good shotgun microphone in general, might not be able to hear it at all. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And right now you're hearing the Rode shotgun microphone. This is the latest Rode shotgun microphone, or really not the latest one. I think the latest one actually has a rechargeable battery, which I highly recommend getting that, whereas this one has a 9-volt battery, which isn't so great. I mean, you very rarely have to change it. It can last for ages, but it's really annoying because you never carry around a 9-volt battery. This is the RodeCat one, I believe, which actually has the sort of the suspension. I believe they actually sell the older model as well, which is slightly a bit slimmer. I actually really like the the form factor of the older model, whereas this is quite cumbersome when compared anyways to both of them. But still sounds exactly the same, nothing different besides the actual shock mount to it. Right now you're hearing my voice through the Rode shotgun microphone, which is the Rode VideoMic Pro, as the other one was the Rode NTG2. But so right now you can hear my voice really nice and clear. I would say it's about, I don't know, 3 hands away from my I don't know. It's a fair distance away. It's not close, it's not far. But the one thing that's, I would say with the I'm keeping it at this distance as, I'm imagining someone actually having this microphone and using it for vlogs or something. It would be generally an arm's length, so let's say that. And that's generally been the sort of distance between each and the other microphones as well. Now, this being a shotgun microphone as well, not as good as the NTG2, but still pretty good. It has a 3.5mm jack, which is great. So you can plug it into any camera that actually takes a 3.5mm microphone input. So that's really great. It's very popular amongst the YouTubers. And it's something also really great when using it out and about on your camera, because you're going to get really nice, great audio from this microphone. It's slightly a bit more expensive than a lot of other sort of onboard or like external microphones that you can get for your camera, but Rode make really great microphones, and I highly recommend having this in your kit. Even if you have something else, I still recommend something like that because it's mint. Right now you're hearing my voice through the Rode VideoMicro. It's a really great portable microphone, which again, I think if you're on a budget, highly recommend picking this up over the VideoMic Go. If you're having that as an option, I would say go away from that microphone. That was a bad joke. And get the VideoMicro. So much better, so much more compact. And what's really great about it is it doesn't require a battery to actually power it. It actually uses the sort of built-in power from your output from your camera. The sound quality on it is slightly a bit different than the VideoMic Pro, because the VideoMic Pro allows us to actually boost the signal via switches on there, which is really great. So if you're in a low environment but you don't want to make the adjustments on the actual camera itself, you can actually do it via the actual microphone itself. And that's a really great sort of feature on there. Whereas this right here is a fixed microphone, and it still sounds pretty good. Now, I know I didn't really provide any sort of real life audio samples of these individual microphones. You know, it's all studio environment, you know, silent, maybe like my computer's running in the background. I got the fish tank. I'm not too sure if you could hear that very subtly in the background, very just a room right here. This is an open room, so we are going to get some sort of little bit of natural reverb happening. It's not closed. There is no sort of padding or anything for sound. So this is like a normal room that you might have in your home. So this is what you're hearing right now. However, I'm really impressed with the VideoMicro. It's a really great microphone by Rode, and even in my initial review, it blows it out of the water in terms of price as well. For $99, it's a really great microphone, and I highly recommend having it. Especially if you have a camera, because it will vastly improve the audio quality on your onboard camera. And that's it, guys. Right now, again, you're hearing my voice through the VideoMicro. My favorite out of everything, but might not be the best for what I'm after, but it might work out for you. Now, I know this has been quite a lengthy video, so if you did stick by, thank you for tuning throughout the whole video. I know it might have been a bit boring, but hopefully it helped someone out there, and that was my aim, to do that. Even though no matter how long this video is, I know it would help someone out there. So, you know, if it did help you, leave a comment down below, give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. Join the family. We're making new videos and new reviews, hopefully, you know, weekly. That's the aim, right? But if you have any questions or anything like that about the microphones or anything about cameras, audio, leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer that. Again, thank you very much for sticking by. I know a lot of people might have tuned out by now, but you know, I do make these videos to help people, and no matter how long or short they are, hopefully it helped one person, and I'm pretty happy with that. So thanks again, guys, for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll be making another video about USB microphones. So I know I didn't really cover that in this sort of scenario. It's all been sort of 3.5s or XLR cables, or XLR input microphones. The next video is actually going to be USB microphones, so that's going to be more of your sort of computer setup, and I think that's going to be a really interesting video as well, because I've got a few and they all sound different, and they all come at different prices as well. So stay tuned for that, subscribe, and you know, hopefully they'll be out next week. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.